able to pass Edwards. After he recovered, he went on to cause an accident in the lime corner. Thankfully, no major damage was sustained. Bailey was just recovering from his loss of second place when at the total corner, Jaleel Handel in his Impreza also passed him, and this is at the start of the last lap. Jaleel Handel made a last charge at Chen, but Charles made sure that Handel would finish second best as he took the checkered flag. Reynold Donaldson also crossed the finish line first in his class. Just for you to know, Chen was competing in this race class for the first time. George Bailey tells of the problems he encountered in that race.
The car has a little brake issues. The brakes could be improved a bit. And the rear suspensions, I think they are gone. So you find that I can't go down in the corners as hard as I'd like to go. And that is why, hence, when I was in first, that's why I got back to third. So it's because we're having a little suspension problems. That's what's causing this.
Duct Tape Carrodos and Kyle Gregg started at the back of the pack in the second IP33 due to breakout penalties suffered in race 1. This gave Peter Jagan and Gary Barrett an opportunity to get away from the pack. Before the green flag though, outside of our cameras, Kyle Gregg ran into the back of Caldwell, resulting in minor damages to the front of his Civic. Green flag and Jagan was off like lightning, followed by a distant Barrett in second. Not to be left out, Kyle and Dean took down the field one by one by the start of the second lap. They were second and fourth respectively. It was now obvious that Kyle's car was still in tip-top condition and was going for race leader Peter Jagan. Dean was left to battle with Gary Barrett, who was a formidable opponent. Up front, Kyle took on Peter in the Carib Cement corner right into the RACS's before he was able to pass on the front stretch.
Peter Jagan is trying. Peter Jagan holds him out on the inside. Oh, this is going to be amazing. It's a drag race up the front. Are you not entertained?
This is more than a drag race down the front straight.
Dean finally passed Gary in the total corner while Kyle distanced himself from Jagan and the field. At the start of the white flag, Dean took on Jagan, who pretty much determined not to finish third. Kyle once again crossed the finish line first, but suffered breakout penalties alongside Dean Carrodos, Peter Jagan, and Heath Caldwell. Race 2 of the IP45 was up and the 45T cars were off seconds before 45N. Kirk Diaz made the total corner first, followed by Don Thompson and Glenn Allen. In the 45N, Jason McPherson was once again back in front. The 45N cars were seemingly doing well as they caught the turbocharged machines. Glenn Allen in his blue Evo got past Don on the front straight and by the Pepsi hairpin. Andrew Morris was challenging Don for his position. Don Thompson, however, regained his position when Allen retired with mechanical issues. Don went on to challenge Kirk for the lead in the Carib Cement corner and was very successful upon entering corner 13. Don continued to lead, but unfortunately Andrew Morris's Nissan followed suit with Glenn and was out at the Carib Cement corner. Don and Kirk lapped the Maxxis-sponsored VW in the Carib Cement and went on to win the IP45T. Jason McPherson and Bolt finished their class first and second respectively. Modified Production 1 and 3 is now on the track, paced by the yellow Hyundai Genesis. Summerbell got off to a fast start, but it was Peter Ray who was out for blood. As the flag was dropped, Ray shot past Jaleel at almost an impossible spot. Not to be left out, a very fast Mark Carey and his machine ran straight into the third place at the total corner. Peter Ray made his way past Charles Chen to take up fourth position out of the lime corner. Back up front, a very determined Doug Gore pulled out all the stops and got past Summerbell in corner 1. This race was now shaping up to become a very interesting one indeed. Summerbell chasing Doug, Ray chasing Carey, all in lap 2. Summerbell up until now had won all his races and wasn't about to lose this one. He stepped up to the plate once again and gave his fans what they wanted. Just look at what he did.
And competitive here. Very competitive here.
Team Mobile Racing, but Summerbell managed to...
Peter Ray in his chase was able to catch Carey in the corners, but was unable to keep up on the straights. Peter got a chance to get closer to Carey when Carey almost lost control in the tire warehouse corner. He controlled it well and continued without losing a place. Doug, in fine style, tried as hard as he could to get in front of David. He was hampered by a car one lap down. David Summerbell continued on to get the checkered flag, with Doug again being second. Mark Carey was unable to finish the race, giving third place to Peter Ray. MP1 Race 1 was basically repeated in Race 2. Kyle Gregg first, Gary Barrett second, and Brian Foster third. Modified Production 2 again had a lot of testosterone waiting to be released. Mandeville's turbocharged Alan Chen was out of the total corner first, but a hard-pushing turbocharged Dean Shaw was right beside him, and an even harder-pushing naturally aspired Peter Jagan was right behind them. Peter was out for the kill, and that's exactly what he did to Dean Shaw inside of corner 5. Dean Shaw ended his day in the same area 1 lap later. Dean Carrodus and Dieter Wilson also retired before ending this race. Alan Chen went on to win the race in fine style, drifting all the way around corner 2 to the crowd's delight. Peter Jagan finished second, and Heath Coswell, after a little challenge to Jagan, finished third. Win number 1 went to Grease Lightning's Adrian Blake, and win number 2 went to Harlequin Rodney, with promises like...
We're going to save it for the last. And well, this is the first stage of the last event of the day.
Got definitely another first place again.
The final motorcycle race was setting up to become very exciting indeed. Being gridded according to groups, Harlequin, Adrian and Dennis were all in front awaiting the green flag. They got it, and Adrian was the first through the total corner, with Dennis being second. The Money God, starting on pole, entered corner 3 in third position, but by corner 3 he was in second place. The chase started for the top position, and Harlequin was gaining on Blake rather quickly. By lap 2 in the Pepsi hairpin, the Money God was in front. He held his own against veteran Blake, but not for long, as he went down in the Carib Cement corner. He was very upset, not being able to fulfill his promise of another win. But as the saying goes, one man's junk is another man's treasure, and his misfortune was definitely Adrian's treasure. However, in the Kumo Tire corner, Blake slowed drastically, maybe to allow 51-year-old Dennis Chinqui to catch up with him and make the race a little more exciting. Chinqui took the opportunity and passed Blake in the Carib Cement corner and went on to win the final motorcycle race of the day. It's now the final race of the day, and all the drivers are aching to finish the day with a bang. At the fall of the green flag, it would appear as if David Somerville was holding back in the other races. He rocketed to the total corner and left Gore and the field for dead. Kyle Gregg and Peter Jagan, fighting for 4th position, were being chased by Jaleel Handel when he spun out on the exit of corner 9. That effectively ended his day. Doug started to slow and was passed shortly after by Peter Ray out of corner 12. Peter Jagan and Kyle Gregg fought for position all through the race, but due to someone's mistake, this happened. Luckily, no one was injured and they both continued, but Jagan stopped shortly after. Kyle continued and went on to pass Doug in the same area Ray passed earlier. Kyle, who finished third behind Peter Ray, was quickly followed by Alan Chen out of Mandeville. David shared with us some of the secrets behind his success and also his plan for the CMRC meet.
The crew have been fantastic. You can see it, the car has run flawless and perfect. I have new sponsors, Motorcraft, DNG Malta, and my big sponsor Total. So it's been a perfect start of 2010. The Caribbean Championship, we have to raise the game. The guys coming are serious, and it's like 10 cars coming down. So one particular one to focus. Last time I raced him, when he moved off, I thought I was in the wrong gear. I'm not kidding you. So that's how fast he is. I think we can stay with him now.
The race day in April.
It has turned out very well, but the racers just need some more competition out there. Definitely. So, I mean, it needs more people in it and, apply some more pressure. Actually, it's pretty much David just walking away with it,
Very, very interesting. Now, what to expect at the next meet? Let's get ready for it.